When was the last time you actually looked at your Facebook privacy settings? Not just scrolled past the notification asking you to review them, actually went in and checked what's turned on, what's turned off, and what Facebook might have quietly changed since you last looked. If the answer is, I don't remember, this episode is for you.
Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder.
Rise and Shine, it's your business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. This is episode 666. I can't believe I just said that. 666. And I'm talking about Facebook. Well done. It's Wednesday Tech How To, and today we're going to be talking about how to run a privacy audit on your Facebook account. I am actually going to walk you through the settings most people never touch, show you what they actually mean, and help you take back some control over what you're sharing and with whom. This isn't about being paranoid, although being paranoid is not a bad thing when it comes to your security, but it is about making informed choices. So let's talk about it. Why should you bother with a privacy audit? Like, I know people say, but I've set my settings. Why do I have to go back? Well, the thing is that your Facebook settings have probably been set years ago when you first created your account, or maybe you had a bit of a scare and you've gone in and you've updated them since then. But you don't go in and you don't check them regularly, and you probably haven't touched them in a long while. But in the meantime, since the last time you looked at your privacy settings, since the last time you looked at your security settings, you might have added some apps to Facebook or allowed things to have access to Facebook. You might have accepted some permissions. You might have posted some things. Your digital footprint has probably grown. The settings you chose in 2015 or 2012 or 2011 might not reflect what you'd choose today. The other thing is that Meta, Facebook, does have a habit of introducing new features and new settings and new ways of using your data, and the defaults almost always favor sharing more, not less. Sometimes they'll notify you, most times they'll notify you, sometimes they don't. Settings you thought you turned off can sometimes reappear in a different form under a different name. The only way to know where you stand is to actually go and look. So just remember, I have this saying: if something is free, if a product is free and Facebook is a product, then the product is you. Facebook makes money from advertising, and advertising works better when they know more about you. So the default settings are designed to collect as much data as possible and share as much as possible. Is it evil? Some of you might say it is evil. I'm just going to say it's a business model. It's their business model. They certainly aren't shy about telling us that that's their business model. But it does mean that the defaults aren't generally set up with our privacy in mind. We have to actually choose privacy. So if you thought you were going to be doing some digital cleanup in January, clearing out files, reviewing subscriptions, tidying up your tech, you really need to add this to your list. It takes maybe 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer to run through your Facebook settings properly, and only need to do it once or twice a year. Think of this as a health check for your digital presence. So I do want to be a little bit clear here. I'm not going to tell you what Facebook is doing is right or wrong. I'm not going to tell you that you should be deleting your account. Lots of people use Facebook happily for staying in touch with family, running community groups, promoting their businesses. You might have even clicked on a link to watch this episode through Facebook. I do want to make sure that you are using it happily and not blindly. I want to make sure that you know what you're sharing and what you're choosing to share and doing it in an informed manner. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go and share my screen, and I'm going to go to my Facebook account. I'm going to walk through my Facebook account. Normal sorts of caveats as we get through here. I'm going to have a lot of this blurred out. A lot of the information is going to be blurred out. We will leave the important things so that you can see what buttons you need to check, but the personal data is going to be blurred out because privacy. All right, guys, let me share my screen and we will get on with this. Alrighty, so here is my screen. You will see I have my my profile up. Normally you will come in on your timeline. I'm quite privacy conscious, so I try to be privacy conscious. So I don't really want to be showing my timeline. So I've gone to my profile page. Doesn't matter where you are in Facebook, generally, as long as you've got this top bar available to you, you can get into the settings I'm about to show you. The best place to start with a privacy audit for Facebook is to come up to your profile icon in the top right-hand corner, click on that, and come down to settings and privacy. Click on that. And from here, from the settings and privacy menu, come to privacy checkup. Start here. This is the best place to start. Privacy checkup, we're going to look at who can see what we share, how people can find us on Facebook, our data settings on Facebook. We're not going to look at how to keep your account secure, or we might look at how to keep your account secure, and we might have a quick look at ad preferences. But first things first, let's look at the important things here. Who can see what we share, how people can find us, and our data settings. So who can see what we share? Let's click on that. This is going to have a look at our profile information, the audience who can see what we're sharing, how tagging is handled, and how we can block people. What we need, once you're here, click on the continue button. Now, a lot of this is going to be blurred out because it's got my personal information on it. But under email addresses, you'll have any email addresses you have added to the account. And you can see here that I have got only I can see my email address. Now, how do we modify that? Well, you can click on the email address. And when you click on the email address, again, this will be blurred out here. You can see you've got who can actually see your email address. So the defaults are public, friends of friends, or only me. I always set it to only me. People don't need to know what my email address is. I've got email addresses advertised for my business. They're the ones people can use. If I come down, you've got custom. You can actually include and exclude friends and make lists of friends to do this. And you'll notice that I've got a lot of lists here of people who I've divided my friends list up into lists. So I can set lists as to who can see that or who can't. For now, we're just going to leave that as only me. I honestly don't think you need to be advertising what your email addresses are to the broad world. If people want to know what your email is, you can share that with them privately. Your date of birth, I have made available the day and the year, the month and the day of my birth to my friends list, and the year has been made only available to me. And again, you set that by clicking on that and choosing who can see it. I can actually turn that off completely and no one will be able to see my date of birth. So, like I said, a lot of the detail is going to be blurred out, but hopefully you're getting the idea of what is in there. The other things you've got is you can put your hometown. You can say, again, who can see it. I've made my hometown public. That's fine. Whether I'm in a relationship or not, where my current city is, who I've worked for, what my education is. Okay, so again, you've got all of the same options. Who can see this information? When we come down to our friends list and our followers list, this is probably something that people overlook. Who can see your friends list? Now, I have available, I've set it so that my friends can see my friends lists. Now, the options you have here is public, your friends can, all your friends except people that you tick to say, I don't want them to see who my friends are, specific friends only, or me, or you can set up a custom list or a list to look at who can actually see who your friends are. Why do you want to limit? Let me just come back and have a chat to the screen on that one. Why do you want to limit who your friends are? Who can see your friends list? That is one of the biggest and easiest ways for people to get scammed, is you have your friends list made public, or you have it so that friends of friends can see your friends list. And then someone says, oh, I want to become your friend. You say, yes, I'll be your friend on Facebook. And then they go through your friends list and they go, oh, contact, connect with. And then all of a sudden they start DMing people, start sending them messages and saying, oh, hi, it's so-and-so, could you help me out? This. And that's where a lot of that comes from, because we make that information public, or more public than we should. So really consider whether you want more than just friends to see who your friends are, whether you even need your friends to see who your friends are. Just think on that sort of thing, okay? And then the other option we have is who can see the people and pages you follow. So if you're following people, if you don't have them as friends, but you hit that follow button, you can also limit who can see that. Now, because I do a lot of publicity and I do a lot of marketing for people, I let my friends see who I'm following. I also let my friends see my friends list. Maybe that will change in the future. Alrighty, next. Hit the next button. Your audience. So this then talks about who can see what you're posting, who can see your posts and your stories. And then we can go back and look at historically who can see what. So future posts. So from today, after you make this change, who can see what you're posting to your timeline. In this case, I've got friends. I only want it to be friends. I don't want friends of friends to see it necessarily. I don't want public. I don't want by default my audience to be public, or more public than it needs to be. But I am on Facebook. I am sharing things so that people can see them. I just want my friends to see them. Same with my stories. Only my friends can see my stories. Again, you have the same options. If I just click on one of those, public, friends, all friends except people you say you don't want to, only me, specific friends. It's up to you. And then you've got your lists underneath it. The same with your stories. It's exactly the same thing all the way through. Make sure you understand who can see what you're posting by default. Now, let's say you've changed this and it was global, or it was friends of friends, and you only want it to be friends now, and you want to go back and change everything you've posted previously. So we're going to click on limit past posts and say limit who can see the past posts on your profile. If you choose to limit your past posts you've shared with friends of friends, and public posts will now only be shared with your friends. So it will pick up the setting that you've made on that previous screen. So if I click on limit past posts, it'll say you're about to limit all past posts on your profile. The only way to undo this change to the audience will be one post at a time. I'm not going to do it. I've got a couple of posts in there that I'd have allowed to be public. You can do that. I will show that maybe in this video, maybe later. So I'm not going to do it, but you can actually turn off access to all of your posts from here, or limit access to whatever you set here. Okay, let's click next. Tagging. Tagging is one of those things that it's a joy and it's annoying. So if you're tagged in a post, it will be visible to the audience selected by the person who made the post, as well as the audiences you choose for this setting. So if someone tags you and they say, make this global, your name, your tagged name will go out to a global audience. If you want to really avoid that sort of thing, this is the screen that we need to be working in. First of all, who can see posts you've tagged in? You're tagged in on your profile. Only your friends, only my friends can. When you're tagged in a post, who do you want to add to the audience of the post if they can't already see it? So what this is saying is that if someone tags you, their audience will see who's been tagged. It's asking whether you want other people to be able. So it's going to extend the range of the post. This one here is critical, I think. I never used to have it set on. I used to just let everyone tag me. And then, of course, you start getting the spam tags of, oh, we bought this and buy this, and this is really good. And then you've got to go through and remove yourself from all of those posts. So what I've set it to is review the tags that people add to my posts before they appear on Facebook. So if someone who I'm not friends with adds a tag to your post, I can still review it. When I approve the tag, it will go on. Otherwise, it will just sit there and it won't go live until I approve it. The next one is if someone tags me in a post, will it appear on my profile automatically? And the answer is no, because I've set it to review. What that means is that if someone tags me, I get a notification in Facebook, and that notification says review your tag, and I can say yes, approve it, or no, don't, remove the tag. Stops all those spam posts going out, the things where people are trying to advertise things and they tag you to try and get your audience as well. Okay, what's next? Blocking. When you block someone, they will no longer be able to see things you post on your timeline, tag you, invite you to events or groups, start a conversation with you, or add you as a friend. Now, blocking is silent. So if you block someone, they won't be able to see it. Now, I don't know if I've got anyone blocked. Let's find out. It's going to take me to a different screen. Okay, so blocking takes you to a different screen. We might as well do this now. We've got different options for blocking. We've got restricted lists. When you add someone's profile to your restricted list, they won't see posts on Facebook that you share only to friends. They may still see things you share to public or on a mutual friend's profile, and posts their profile is tagged in. Facebook does not notify them. So to change your restricted list, you click on the edit button. I'm not going to do it here, but you click on that, add someone to it. Profiles and pages. Once you block a profile or page, they can no longer interact with each other's profiles, posts, comments, or this doesn't include apps, games, or groups you're both participating in. If you're currently connected with a profile or page, blocking it will unfriend, unlike, and unfollow them. All right. You can also block messages from someone in messengers. So if someone's nagging at you, if someone's spamming you, if someone's giving you a hard time, you can block them. This is where you manage that block list. You can also, if someone keeps inviting you to groups or apps or games or something, you can block them here. And if someone keeps inviting you to an event, you can say, look, I don't want to get further invites to this type of event, and block them there. So this is where you manage your blocking. All right, let's head back. There's a lot to go through, and it's really, really important that, let's keep going. I'll just go back through this real quick. I think we were done. Yes, that took us to the blocking page. So that is done. There's a lot to go through. You do need to do it. You should be doing it regularly. Okay, let's have a look at how public we are on Facebook and how people can find us. So let's click on that. So here, how can people find us to add us as friends or look at our profile or do whatever it is? Look at who can send us friends requests, look at who can find us by phone number or email or search engines. So let's go. Who can send you friend requests? And this is everyone can send me a friends request. I don't have any. I'm a little more brave. And if someone sends me a friends request that I'm not interested in, I just delete it or ignore it. So who can send me friends requests? Everyone or friends of friends. So you can have one of the two. Next, who can find me via phone number or email address? Friends can find me with my email address. I could say no one and have no one find me. If you don't really want people to find you, you can just say turn it off. I don't want people to find me by my email address. The other one is my phone number, and this is possible connections. What does that say? People who have your phone number in their contacts, they've uploaded to Facebook, and your friends of friends. So people might be able to find me with their with my phone number if I've given it to them. I don't get many requests that way, so I've left it that way, but I could turn that off as well. Okay, so that's how people can find us using our email address or phone number. Okay, do you want search engines outside of Facebook to link to your profile? This is pretty important. If you are a marketer and you are using your profile to do marketing, you need to have this turned on. No other answer about it. You want your Facebook profile to be linked out to the main world so that people can find you. This is my personal account. I really don't care if people can find me outside of Facebook. I'm on this to keep in touch with my friends and my family and sometimes clients, but I don't care for the search engines to be able to tag my profile in it, but send people to my Facebook profile. If people find me on Facebook, it's because I've given them how to find me on Facebook. I've turned it off. If you are doing marketing and you're using it to do SEO, you probably want to have this turned on. Up to you. Okay, so now we're all set up. We've done our friends requests, we've done our phone number and email, we've done our search engines. Let's see what's next. Our data settings on Facebook. This is probably as important. Let's have a look. This is apps and websites from other companies you've used Facebook to log into and have recently used. So, you know, when you go to a website and it says use Facebook to log in and you said, yeah, I'll just use my Facebook account. This is where you can manage it. So if you've got a login with Facebook and you want to disconnect it from that site, you need to come to Facebook, you need to come to your privacy settings, need to come to your data settings on Facebook. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't have any. That's hilarious. Oh, no, sorry, wrong one. You see this apps and websites? I've got to click on that. My bad. That's going to take us to a new screen. Takes us to the settings and privacy screen for your profile. Again, this is going to be blurred out. A lot of this is going to be blurred out. Some information about you is part of your public profile or is information you've made public. An app can access this public information at any time. So you need to understand this about when you say to something, yes, you can get my information, it can get anything that you've made public on your profile. The other part is the non-public information. Other information is not public and an app can access it through this connection only if you choose to share it with the app when you log in with your Facebook account. So, you know, when you go through, it says, what can we have access to? And it gives you all those checkboxes. You should uncheck as much of that as you can so it's not going outside of Facebook. Entirely up to you. Just be aware that sometimes they will take this information out of Facebook and put it in their own databases. So what have I got? I am literally going to hide so much of this stuff, so much of this from you. But I've got apps here that this one here, like this top one, which I'm going to leave open, is my Duolingo. Yes, I'm a Duolingo fiend. I can have a look and see what Duolingo has access to. Right, okay, so Duolingo, logged in with Facebook. Who can see it? Only me. Only I can see it. If I click on that, I can change it and say anyone who can see that I use Facebook with Duolingo or Duolingo with Facebook. I try to keep everything as private as possible. There's only so much information people need to know about me. I know. And here I am doing videos, sharing my screen. What do you know? So what is shared with Duolingo? My name and my profile photo, my email address. I could remove my email address. and I have connected my friends list. So I can remove this information. You see how the remove buttons here? I can remove them. These are things that I have given it access to. And I've given it access to these, well, particularly the friends list, so that when I'm in the app, when I'm learning my languages, it will give me friends that I might know that I might want to actually do competitions with or do challenges with and such. If you want to just remove access to this app in total, though, you can just click this button at the top and it will remove the connection from Facebook to Duolingo or the app that you're in. Now, please understand that once you do that, if you have been using Facebook to log into the account, you will no longer be able to log into the account. So make sure that you change the account over so that you can log in with your email address before you come and remove your permissions here. Let's go back to all apps and websites. Waiting. Now, as I said, everything else here is going to be blurred out. You've got a see more button here. You can see all the apps that have access. I would strongly recommend you go through and clean it up, remove old apps, remove old games that you're no longer playing, etc. You can also have a look at what you have removed previously. So let me click on that. And again, this is going to be blurred out, but it's got the apps here and it's got what privileges they used to have. So you can have a look at that as well. Now, if we come down to the preferences say here, apps, websites, and games. This gives you the ability to use Facebook to log into and interact with third-party applications, websites. So I've turned this off. It's turned on. That means when I go to a game or I go to a website, Charlie. When I go to a website and it says log in with Facebook, this will allow me to log in with Facebook. If I turn this off, if I say turn off here, when I click on that button to say log in with Facebook, it's going to give me an error and say you're not allowed to do that. So if you never want to use your Facebook to log in to something, turn it off. The same with your games and your app notifications, you can turn that off as well. Okay, so that is your settings and privacy for apps. What is next? So we were here and we were actually on this screen and we clicked on the apps and websites and we've just finished that. So if we click now, next, it said we're done and it says review another topic. Okay, let's have a look at how to keep our accounts secure. You will notice that I actually have some recommendations here. This is great. Fantastic. Review my contact information. Take a look at your contact info so we can help you if you lose your access. So I'm going to click on that. Again, there'll be a lot of stuff blurred out here. And it's got several email addresses that I use and a phone number. I can also add a new contact. So if you are a little paranoid that you might lose access to your accounts, you can put in several email addresses. You might even be able to put in a friend's email address or a friend's phone number so that it can back up to them as well. So that's your contact details and how you can recover your account and access your profile if you lose access to one email address. Yes, I might be a tad, just a little bit paranoid. Okay, we're just going to go back to this screen. Review where we are logged in. So this is actually opening a new tab. So I am actually going to, I can't, it won't let me do it. We'll click on that. And it tells me where I am logged in. Now I am logged in on, so it's telling me my Instagram logs in. It's also telling me my Facebook logins. Let's just have a look at Facebook logins. Again, I'm going to have this all blurred out. And it gives me all of the details as to when I logged in and where I logged in. Now, if I want to disconnect one of these, I could just click on that. And it will give me the details of where I logged in. Now, again, I've got this all blurred out, so you're not going to be able to see where I logged in from or what date or what time. What I have left is this log out, and not going to log out because it will mess up my phone connection. But if you're not sure of it, or you've got rid of a device and it's still logged in, just click the log out button. Just be certain. If you're not sure of a login, log it out. If that makes you have to log back in on your phone or your computer, it's well worth it for the security. Okay. Okay, what was next? Just go back on this screen. We've reviewed the contact info. My password, I probably should update my password. We've reviewed where I was logged in. The last recommendation that it's giving me is create a passkey. Now, that's entirely up to you as to whether you create a passkey or not. I have an entire episode as to what a passkey is and the pros and cons of it. It's entirely up to you. I'm not going to use it. I use two-factor authentication. I only want to use two-factor authentication. So I'm not going to create a passkey, but you can create a passkey by clicking on this option here. Not going to do it in this video. The last one is the additional security steps, two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication. Now, manage your extra login step. Let's click on that. Okay, so choose an account to set up two-factor authentication on. Let's look at my Facebook account. This is setting up so that I've got my 2 Instagram accounts and my Facebook account because it all links through the Meta Account Center. Click on Facebook. And it's asking me to use my two-factor, my authenticator app to log in. So just bear with me because I already have it. And of course, that's going to be blurred out. Okay, put my phone back over there. Alrighty, so here's something that I want to talk about. And I'm going to come back and talk about this SMS or WhatsApp in just a moment. But Authenticator app, I strongly recommend that you get yourself an authentication app, whether that is Zoho OneAuth, whether that is Google Authenticator, whether that is Microsoft's product. I don't think Apple has a product. I'm not sure. It's escaped me. But get yourself an authenticator app, put it on your phone, and use it. Make sure that you can access your authenticator on your phone so that you can do this. To me, this is the most sensible way of doing it. The next thing that it's going to ask you to do is whether you want to use SMS or WhatsApp. I am going to click on that. It's going to send me a message to yeah, so it's going to send if I choose rather than to do two-factor authentication, it's going to send me a SMS to my phone. I really don't recommend relying on SMS to do it. It's too easy to go wrong, and yeah, it's just not my preferred method. Two-factor authentication with an authentication app is the way to go. Additional methods. Let's have a look at additional methods and see what it's going to give me. And it's not giving me any other because I've got them all set up. Okay. I don't have a backup key. I don't have any backup methods. Security key, we can use USB, Bluetooth, or near-field communication. Security key or a UB key. I don't have any. And I can also have a look at the trusted devices, which is the devices I've logged in with and said and use my authenticator with. I'm not going to review it, but you can also do that. Okay, so that's your two-factor authentication. You can also do that with your Instagram accounts from this screen. That is it with your login details. Let me get out of that. Let me go back a screen. So I'm going to There we go. Let me just close these windows down. Does open extra windows, so be careful. The final one that we're going to have a quick look at is your ad preferences on Facebook. I'm probably going to come back and do one other thing as part of this video once we've done this, but let's just finish off what's on our privacy checkup. We can look at our ads, our profile information, and our social interactions. The ads you see on Facebook are personalized based on what you think you're interested in or what we think you're interested in. This is because we want to show you ads that are relevant and useful to you. Yes, 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 of course it is. It's got absolutely nothing to do with selling advertising to anyone else so that you get ads in your feed. If you find that the advertising is getting too much or it's not the right sort of thing, this is probably a good place to come and have a look at what Facebook thinks it's sending you. Some advertisers try to reach certain people. Decide if you want advertisers to reach you based on this profile information. There you go. I did not realize I had my relationship status, so I am just going to turn that off. That explains so much. So I've just turned off anything. I really don't want advertisers to reach me on Facebook. I don't care. And I certainly do not want relationship-based advertising in my feed. So let's just turn that off. If you want people to know about your employer, your job title, or your education, you can turn that on or off. If you don't want the ads, turn them off. You're just going to get more generic ads, but you'll stop getting targeted ads, which might be nice. Clicking next. Social interactions are likes, follows, comments, shares, app usage, check-ins, recommendations, and events you've joined on Facebook. You can decide whether your friends can see your social interactions. Okay, so basically what it says is if I liked a page like Jasper's Market, it's going to come up and it will tell you at the top of the like. Your friends will see that you liked this page. Who can see your social interactions alongside ads? And you'll see I have set this to only me. You guys don't need to know what ads I'm looking at. I don't need you to know what ads I'm looking at. If you are worried that people are seeing what you're looking at or you just don't want them to know, go in here and change it. Turn it to just you. Maybe friends. Up to you, but you probably don't want it going public. Let's click next. That is done. Okay. So that is your privacy checkup. Let's go through, and you see here it says we've got more privacy settings on Facebook in settings. Let's go and have a look at those. Always worthwhile going through everything once or twice a year and making sure it's still clean. If you want to know about your activity on Facebook and want to make sure that someone hasn't hacked your account and has been liking things on your part, you can click on the activity log under your privacy settings. Under settings, you can look at your live videos you've searched for, videos you've watched. If you I actually have used this. I'm laughing. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I've used this to say I was looking at a post, or I commented on a post, or I searched for something and I found something. I need to find out where it is, and I can go back in through here and I can normally find it. So you can go through here and see what you've looked at, what you've searched for, what you've commented on, which groups you've interacted with, what your stories, activities is, a whole heap of stuff here. Okay. You can go and look at it. I'm not going to go into it. There's a lot of data in there. I would recommend giving this a good review once every 6 months. So this, by the way, is under settings and privacy. So if you go to settings and privacy, you will get all of this information. You'll see we've got privacy checkup here. That's where we just were. It's dropped us back into here. That at the moment, oh no, we've done default order. I'm just checking. I'm sorry. I'm just checking, making sure I haven't missed anything. Nope, we're good. We've got a lot of this here. So that was a lot we went through. We looked at our security settings. We did a security checkup for Facebook. We checked what email addresses people could see. We checked what information people could see about us. I honestly, and I know I said it several times through this video, I honestly recommend you do this 1 to 2 times a year. I recommend you change your password more than once every 12 months as well. Change your password regularly. Set up two-factor authentication. Don't just rely on SMS or an email as a two-factor authentication backup. Use an authenticator. If you want to use a passkey, I strongly recommend listening to the episode I did on passkeys, the pros and cons on it before you go down that path. If you still want to, that's fine. There isn't anything that, like, I'm not going to say don't do it. I just want you to make informed decisions. So apart from that, did I ask more questions than I answered? What do you guys think? What's worked for you before? Have you done this before? What's worked for you? What hasn't worked for you? I'd love to know. Leave comments wherever you're watching or listening to this video. If it was useful to you, please give it a like. Maybe share it with a friend. And if you're kind of looking at all this stuff and going, we really don't know if we want to do this. Is this right? We're a bit stuck and you need some advice. I'm here. I offer a free 30-minute breakthrough session for people, one per person. So if you've already used it, sorry. But if you haven't used your breakthrough session yet, come to my website, askcharlyleetham.com, click on the bright pink button, magenta pink button at the top right-hand corner. It says breakthrough session on it. Book your time. I'm happy to give you as much value as I can in that 30 minutes to help you be safer online. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And guys, I will see you on Friday. And we're going to be doing more security on Friday. See you. Bye.
Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.